Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Before we start, I just want to let everybody know that my back is feeling much, much better from the career-threatening injury I sustained playing basketball on, was that Monday?
Tuesday, right?
No, it was Monday.
Monday, yeah.
I would just like to read the injury report that was sent. Star point guard. I just like to point out. Ross Merriam has been cleared for full contact after sustaining a career-threatening back injury during warm-ups. Not even during a game, Ross.
No, yeah, during warm-ups, yeah. That's all right. You're back. Congratulations.
You know, some people take warm-ups very seriously. Others are very lackadaisical. I'm the former.
Yeah. Hey, well, you're back to full percentages, so now at least maybe you can stretch to read the cards I play today, and
yeah.
So I think you're back.
You know, it's going to be very important because we're playing, you know, a lot of decks that maybe you haven't seen a lot of recently in Pioneer, because Pioneer has been dominated by all of these combo decks and hybrid combo decks for many months.
Yep.
But that's not the case anymore, because on Monday, all the combo decks were banned.
All of them.
All of them.
Every single one. Every card in every combo deck.
Yes, every combo deck is now banned. If you're caught playing a combo deck, the Magic Police will come and arrest you.
Yeah.
That is the new policy for Pioneer. That goes for both tournaments and kitchen table Magic.
Yes.
They will find you.
They will, yep.
all those sanguine bond, exquisite blood.
Yeah, get it
kitchen
out
table
there.
players.
No combos.
Yeah. Possibility Storm, bam.
Get it out of here. No combos.
Yeah, it was
Pizza
quite the
combos.
shakeup.
Get it out of here. No combos.
Chips and drinks at Subway? Nope. Get them out of here.
You order off the dollar menu. No combos. That's what Pioneer is.
Yes.
We have an identity. Everybody's been clamoring for Pioneer to have an identity. I guess we have it now. No combos.
No combos. Yeah, honestly, it brings me back to Pioneer now, because I really was put off from the just inverter mainly. You know, Lotus Breach, I was put off by just actually playing the deck, because I lost the Damping Spheres so often. I was just over that one, but I was so sick of playing against inverter. So I'm happy with the changes. Should be an interesting world.
No, and we've seen over the last few days a lot of people trying out the format. It's really cool. There's a lot of new decks, a lot of things to look at, and we have 6 decks that we think are going to be players in this new format, or at least could.
And
be
Is It Phoenix?
Yeah.
We got 5 decks that we think are going to be players, and then Is It Phoenix, which it's just an obligation to try every time there's a shakeup. Be like, is it good yet, or is it still bad, or yeah.
You know, and we're gonna
find
see.
out.
That's Corey's first deck is
Yes.
Phoenix. I'm going to be playing mono black vampires. We saw quite a bit of mono black aggro actually rise up towards the end of that combo era. You know, a couple of weeks ago, if you were looking at Pioneer results, there's a lot of mono black aggro around, and that makes sense with so much combo. You just really need to be low to the ground, put some pressure on people, have a thought seize, maybe a removal spell to stop them from racing you and end the game quickly. Now the metagame gets a lot more fair. I think things tilt towards the mono black vampire side of things, which has more card advantage, can play a longer game, is sort of the Jund of the format, as a lot of the people who play this deck say. But also can be aggressive when if need be. It also gets a new tool in Silver Smoke Ghoul, which is a vampire and combos incredibly well with Sorin. You could sacrifice the Ghoul to the Sorin and just get a free Lightning Helix. You know, every turn you can, plus Sorin and give lifelink to one of your creatures and make it bigger, so you can gain 3 life to return Ghoul. So,
that's pretty cute.
Yeah, not a huge part of the
I thought I was going to be returning the 3 power creatures in this match.
No.
Both of us,
You're not the only one.
All right,
and I'm going to be doing it next match too. All 3 power creatures all the time.
Okay,
Nothing
I like
trained
it.
Armadons all day. Because trained Armadon is proven to be the opposite of a combo.
Yes,
you can either be a combo deck or you can be a trained Armadon deck, and there's no in between.
That makes sense. Did you have that trained Armadon loaded up, ready to show the audience?
Sorry, I was locking on that one.
Oh God. We do our best day in and day out, and we just want some trained Armadon slides just to be ready. And
that should be a slide that you have ready every show.
Exactly.
Armadon, the most ubiquitous card in the history of Magic.
Yes, or a combo, the word combo with an X through it. You should have that one ready as well, Rob. Any
we-
Pioneer
We
map.
probably should stop using the word. I don't think that might. I think that's probably not allowed in Pioneer.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Someone will probably come in here and take these decks.
Yeah. No unique sets of cards.
Okay. Yeah. No gathering of two things that are very good together.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, should we get into it?
Let's do it.
All right, we got a die roll because we had a gentleman's tie because we had just
Gentleman's tie.
a ridiculous 40-minute game 4, I guess it was. So high roll.
Yeah, if
do it.
Chad has any questions about the marbles, I can answer those now too.
Yeah, Rob now has those. Boom, I'm going first. That's important. All right, I'm going to be hoping to use Ross Merriam against him quite often this match. All right, Phoenix. Yes. Oh, a wildly aggressively medium hand? And is it Phoenix? Name a more iconic duo. I'll keep.
Oh, that's a weird hand. This hand is so slow but so good once it gets going.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna keep.
Okay. I am just gonna go Steamman's tapped. Your go.
Swamp untapped.
Oh.
You can go.
Okay. All right, I think it's time to chart a course. 1, a 2, and an Arclight Phoenix to the yard. Your go.
Well, that wasn't a very good draw. Mutavault go.
Okay. Well, slow start over there. I'll take it. This is interesting what I even want to do here. Could do this. That seems a little crazy. But maybe not.
But I just met you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with an opt.
Yep.
This is decent. But I don't want to put it at the bottom. Not good enough. Draw. Okay, and then take 4, and then take 3 more.
I'm at 13.
Your go. The bird is back on turn 3. What a time to be alive.
Oh, Gifted Aetherborn right on time.
Yep, of course.
I'll still play it and pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw. A bit of an awkward draw there. I think we just start with this. Yeah, because I want to hit land drops here too. So I'm going to draw 2, discard 2. Draw 2. I'm going to discard 1 for sure. And I'll discard 2 and we'll Fiery Temper that. No land drop, but 3 coming in.
I'm at 10.
Your go.
I will play Kalitas, Trader of Get.
Kalitas.
Pass the
Pretty
turn.
good. That's pretty good. Well, I want to deal with Kalitas, so I should, step 1, find some answers to deal with that. Let's start with a Treasure Cruise.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. Just Ancestral Recall. 1, 2, 3. All right, that wasn't great. Now, for sure attacking for 3.
I'm at 7.
All right, we'll play the Falls. Now we got some interesting options. We could just start with this, try to find maybe like a Lightning Axe to deal with Kalitas. I could play this first to hope that does something. I think I just have to try to find Lightning Axe because it's just so scary. Kalitas is just really frightening. That's not a Lightning Axe, so I'm going to bottom that.
Excellent, excellent.
All right. I'm going to opt again. That's not a Lightning Axe. Draw. All right, and we're dead. Your go.
I like this very much. Attack you for 3.
Yep, 17 to 10.
I will Thoughtseize you.
Okay, I have this stuff.
So I probably just want to take Treasure Cruise. Yeah, I'll take the cruise.
Okay.
Brings me to 8.
Yep. Yeah, I had the choice to play Young Pyromancer, but with just how many like fatal pushes and removal you have, I feel like that's just not going to be a great card against you,
Yeah.
especially when Kalitas is out there.
I will play a Sorin.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Mutavault and plus Sorin to throw the Mutavault at the Arclight Phoenix.
Okay, and it's exiled.
I will exile it. I will get a zombie. I will also gain 3 life, going to 11.
All right.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. I don't think I can possibly win now. Yeah, I guess we'll just drop some Pyromancers and hope for the best. Your go. I guess I should play this instead.
Silver Smoke Ghoul.
Okay.
I will plus using Sorin's second ability.
Okay.
I will sacrifice Silver Smoke Ghoul, kill a Pyromancer, get a zombie,
That is so spicy.
go to 14.
Yep.
Uh,
Doesn't that come back right away, or
end a turn.
end a turn? Okay.
I will attack with just the Kalitas.
Okay. No blocks.
You go to 14, I go to 17.
Yep.
And end step, this enters tapped.
All right. The game was looking so good early on, and now it's just out of reach. Yeah, I'm dead.
Kept a slow hand, but it was powerful once it started going.
Yeah. And honestly, I bottomed. It was really early on. I bottomed a Lightning Axe, and totally lost because of it. You know, without Lightning Axe, or without the Kalitas, I think this game is actually quite easy from my side. But
Yeah, it was very, very, very different.
yeah. So yeah. Well, we got more Lightning Axes. We got more ways to deal with Kalitas in the sideboard, and I'm gonna have to bring him in because that is one heck of a card. So.
Yeah, good thing I think there's only one in the main deck, right?
Really? Nice.
If I remember my list correctly.
Yeah, it seems like a card you can't go too crazy on, but also like a solid way to.
Oh, it might be 2 main. I think there's 3 in the 75.
Yeah, I think there should be at least 3 in the 75 because even against like Sultai or something,
There's another one.
dealing with Uro permanently when you exile and stuff like that is going to be awesome. So we are going to take a short break and we'll be right back with sideboarding between Izzet Phoenix and Mono Black Vampires. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here with Versus Live between Izzet Phoenix and Mono Black Vampires. For me, I'm just upgrading removal spells. Fiery Temper is really sweet when I get to Lightning Bolt something and discard it to one of my 2-drop spells, but the 3 damage doesn't kill everything from your deck, so it's a little bit too much. It's a little too cute for me for this, so we're taking out a few. Trimming on Young Pyromancer, I never want to draw too many of them. And you saw them just be even not that great. Now, you are taking out a decent amount of removal, so they might be getting better here. And then taking out 1 Thrill, probably the worst card in the deck, just for Mizzium Mortars, a removal that I think is just going to be great. Being able to kill a Kalitas or anything early, and then late game just absolutely blow you out here because you are going to be a lot of 4 power, 4 toughness creatures. So this card should be great. And then just the 4th Lightning Axe, because it's much better than any other removal spell because you do have a lot of big creatures and vampires. So
Yeah, gotta kill the biggins.
True that.
But also Champion of Dusk. Sometimes Night can get out of hand.
Yep.
On my side, I am trimming a lot of the spot removal. Generally not very good against Phoenix decks. Your threats, you're usually somewhat threat light, so you don't need a ton of removal. But you also, Arclight Phoenix is a primary threat, is a card that's resilient to spot removal.
Yep.
You need some. So I'm bringing in Heartless Act because it's more versatile. So when you don't have as many removal spells total in your deck, you do want the most versatile one there.
Yep.
That's what Heartless Act is going to be. Liliana, great against Young Pyromancer, and also provides some card advantage. A little bit of graveyard hate for Phoenix and Cruz and Soulguide Lantern, and we saw how good Kalitas was in game 1, so I'm bringing in the 3rd copy, cutting my weak spot removal, and just sort of upgrading my disruption into more appropriate things.
Looks good to me. I like it. Okay, so we're both kind of slowing down a little bit here. I hope you never draw those lanterns because that is the most frustrating thing when you got 2 Treasure Cruises in hand, ready to cast 1 the next turn, and then you get Lantern. Gotta love it. All right, Rob, do you got any questions for us?
Yeah, I got a few here. So Disgruntled Elk wants to know, what do you think about just plain old mono black aggro versus the tribal vampires build?
The one thing that I think is the mono black deck's one of the worst matchup with Sultai, and I think Sultai is going to improve greatly. And Sultai was being contained by combo decks, so it really was a product of a metagame. Why that deck was just absolutely dominating, in my opinion. If you ever looked at like Tiago Saporito's Twitter, you just think mono black is the best deck by far because he just wins every single challenge, that he plays. I feel that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but he was dominating with the deck, and I do think the deck was very good then. But for the reasons that Ross said earlier, the card advantage you get to play long games, and that's what you're going to need to do in New Pioneer, it seems. So yeah, that would be my inclination, but still a good deck. That mono black deck is still going to be fine. But yeah.
But the fairer the metagame gets, the more you want to be on the vampire side of things as opposed to the straight aggro side of things.
Exactly. Like if you're Sorin and getting Ghoul back and stuff like that, and then your opponent Lotus Breach combos you the next turn or Inverter combos you feel real silly. But when your opponent's just dirtling around with young pyromancers and stuff like that, you'd much rather be having the kind of constant loop of power.
Yep.
I agree. All right, I'm going to be going first this time.
Did you go first last time?
I sure did, but I'm going to be going first again. All right, another aggressively medium hand. This is what we're all about, so I'm in.
And this hand is even better than the last one. I can do things on the first 3 turns.
Oh no, I'm dead then. Here we go.
Okay, I've got a Swamp and a Thoughtseize.
All right. What you choosing? Yeah, Thoughtseize in particular pretty good against Phoenix because you need a large amount of spells to be able to ever bring stuff back.
This is an interesting Thoughtseize. None of these cards are, immediately dangerous to me.
Yeah, aggressively medium. That's the MO of Phoenix.
So I've got to sort of project later into the game and which things are going to be problematic. So that probably means that I should just take the Treasure Cruise.
Best card, that's for sure.
So that's where I'm going to land. Take the Cruise. I'll get 18. Pass turn.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, we'll play this, give away some information because it's a land you definitely want to cast. I will Treasure Cruise, or I will Charter Course, and I suppose I'll put this Arclight Phoenix in the graveyard. Here go.
Just giving me all the information.
Oh, yeah.
What
hey, you get? You'll never know what that card is.
Give to either one.
All right. So I could just Mizzium Mortars that. It seems kind of like a bad use of it, but that card does represent a lot of life to be gained over time. Also, if you do have the nut draw of Sorin into Champion, it's an extra card. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Get that out of there, and...
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
What 1-mana spell are you trying to leave up? You want to leave up a Lightning Axe?
I'm thinking to leave up one or not. There could be anything. Could be Opt, could be Lightning Axe, could be Wild Slash. But it's a Steam Vents tapped. Here you go. All right, I have these 2 cards.
Liliana,
Okay.
I'm going to -2, get my card advantage right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh. All right.
Ooh.
That's still better than Sorin negative champion, so I'll take it.
I will return Kalitas.
You got a Kalitas? That's not cool of you. All right, I got old Crackles, though. Your go. Oh, ye old Crackles, coming back to play in a Pioneer format.
Activate this.
Okay.
Sorin, throw the Mutavault at the Drake, and then plus Liliana on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to gain 3, bring me to 21.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. Not a bad draw there. Let's see what we can do.
It's an awkward way to have to deal with that Drake. Maybe I should have taken it with the Thoughtseize. I honestly think I would have been happier you just having the treasure cruise not affecting the battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah, Drake was not bad there.
In hindsight, that was a mistake, as the kids say.
Did the kid say that?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. All right. Well, I mean, we have a pretty solid play. It's just how exactly do we want to do this?
You want to tap all your lands and pass the turn.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, good. I'll take my turn then.
Oh, this one land is really...
Drew the old second Spire Bluff Canal.
Basically. The one of Fumarole I put in the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I do not
I've been,
have that good of a play.
Surprisingly unimpressed by the creature duels in Pioneer.
Yeah.
Just lands entering tapped. Ugh.
Yeah, I agree. I put in a one of when I wanted to add a 21st land, but it was probably
That's
pretty
one of the
bad.
better ones from the newer cycle.
Yep. All right. I am going to play Arclight Phoenix, play a land, and I don't know if I want to attack down this or stop the -3 ability. That actually seems better, but then you can give this -2. It's pretty close, but I think we'll deal with the Planeswalker while we can. Pass to you.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
That was wow. Okay,
A good one?
that's real good.
I don't like that.
I will start with a Thoughtseize.
Okay, dang it.
I will take your treasure cruise.
No.
Brings me to 19.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to 18 and play a Dusk Legion Zealot.
Okay.
I will plus and throw the Zealot at your Arclight Phoenix.
Okay.
I go to 21.
And Lantern.
Then I'll play Soul Guide Lantern and exile one of the Phoenixes.
All right. That sucks.
You can go.
Okay.
Sorin at 6. It can't be attacked down by the Fumarole. I guess you can attack it down and slash it. So, might be losing the Sorin here, but I think that's fine.
If I drew a land. Well, could do that or just play what I drew. I think I have to get something going, but I don't anticipate that going too well for me either. Huh. Yeah, let's just go with a Young Pyro and pass to you. Ooh, look at these arts of this Young Pyromancer. These are nice. Fancy.
So I know your hand is Axe Slash.
Yep. Secrets are out.
Knight,
Okay.
-3.
So put something into play.
Yep.
Okay.
This lets me leave up mana, so you can't slash the Knight, and you can't axe the Kalitas, because I can sack Knight or Mutavault to it to make it a 5/6.
All right.
And if you want to spend your entire next turn using your draw step to discard to the axe and slashing the Kalitas,
Yeah, I'm not in love with that. You done?
yep,
All right.
I think that's fine.
All right. Start with an opt.
Best possible draw.
Do not want to land. It's a pretty decent one. I guess that was pretty good. Now I could go for playing some spells, bringing back an Arclight Phoenix. But you can just Lantern me. God Lantern is good. So I think instead we'll just play Crackles. Draw. Pass to you. Ye old Crackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a 5-4.
It's definitely good.
Yay.
It does leave you tapped out.
That does.
Just drew a land, which isn't great, but I think I can pretty freely attack. So let's get in there.
Okay. So I think this seems like a pretty easy Ross Merriam in front of Knight of the Ebon Legion. Don't think I can really
I don't want to block Knight of the
trade.
Ebon Legion, though.
Yeah, I would not want to get in front of that blade either.
don't
That'd
wanna
be
do that.
scary. All right, I think that's my only real play. So let's do that.
Okay, you take 3, go to 17, I go to 24.
Yep.
And I think I am going to throw the Mutavault at the Young Pyromancer. Get
Alrighty.
myself a zombie.
A zombie.
That'll
Okay.
also gain me 3 more life, put me to 27.
Yep. Yeah, vampires always did just gain so much life. It's insane.
That's the turn.
All right.
Gonna lose the Sorin here, but
That you are. Let's see what we want to do. Let's start with an Is It Charm. Draw 2, discard 2.
yep.
Discard these lands. All right, now I'm going to opt.
Yep.
Do not want that mountain. Draw.
Now we're at a 7 for Crackling Drake.
Yep. So I could play one more spell pre-combat, make you use that lantern. I'm going to have you use it eventually. Maybe I just don't care. Yeah, all right, I'll attack Sorin. Second main, I will chart a course.
Yep.
1, 2, and pass to you. All right. Got to fade a removal spell or I am so dead. Okay.
6 land is not the worst. Castle's a little awkward because if I activated, like the Khalees is just going to die to a Lightning Axe, which I want to avoid. So I think I'm just going to put some pressure on Corey and activate the Knight once and get in for 9.
9, okay.
Puts Corey to 8.
Okay.
I gain 3 to 30.
Yep.
And on my end step, the Knight will get a counter, so it doesn't just die to Wild Slash, which is nice.
That is nice.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
This now means Corey is looking at lethal. The Knight by itself is actually lethal with 2 pumps.
All right, I'll start with an opt.
So many outs.
Bottom this land. Draw. Chart a course.
Yep.
I will discard this land. Wild Slash Justin.
So it's tempting to try to sack this to the Kalitas, but then you can just respond by axing the Kalitas.
Mm-hmm.
Though, if you do you can. This is going to be an 11 after the slash. Yeah, and then you could just trade the Drake for the Knight and be happy about it. You have 4 in hand?
Yep.
Yeah, then you just have 2 cards in hand. I'll also take most of my turn. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so now I have my 3rd spell played. So Arclight will be coming back. All right, beginning of combat.
Copy right good.
Okay. Had to force that eventually.
Does not shrink the Crackling Drake at all. Should be 11, right?
11, yep. Still not really an attack I can make. 11. Yeah, I mean, it's just too scary. So I'll play a land and pass to you.
Continue to draw lands, though now I can activate Castle and still have 3 up, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 cards in hand.
Yep. It's an interesting game.
Yes, it is. I'm thinking about whether or not I want to attack with the Knight first. So Corey's basically forced to block unless he has like another Wild Slash and wants to use his entire hand to deal with the Knight. And if you do block, I'll get a zombie off the Kalitas. You will be able to force me into an awkward spot, potentially. Like, I attack with Knight, you block, I pump, then you lightning axe Kalitas. And then I have to decide, do I want the Drake to die, or do I want to keep the Kalitas around?
Mm-hmm.
Which is an interesting spot. I think I would probably keep the Kalitas around as a 5/6, because you're going to have a hard time dealing with it, though this giant Drake can just trade. And is that worth me, not being able to activate the castle this turn? It does force you to discard a card to the axe, which is nice because you are at a point where you can cast it for 6 mana, and we are low on resources. And this Drake is somewhat scary, even though I'm at 30, it's 11 power. I think you could pretty easily get to 15 power next turn and be a 2-turn swing if you can prevent the life gain from Kalitas once.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to attack with the Knight. Although, I guess if I attack with the Knight, I can attack with both, can't I? Though that ends very badly if you have another slash. So if I attack with both and you block here, I would then pump this once. You would have to respond. And if you respond with, I guess then I'm sort of forced, if you just respond with axe, to sacrifice it. And then if you have slashing, to slash the token. So it really gets punished if you have slash as one of your 2 unknown cards. Yeah, I'll just attack with the Knight.
Just attack with the Knight, huh? Yeah, that is tricky. That is tricky. I think I have to start by attempting to deal with the Kalitas with the axe. Just because Knight's just as scary, but I mean, they're both pretty scary. So I'm going to start by this, discard an Arclight, and attempt to axe Kalitas.
And I guess if I'm playing around, I didn't really think about this, but if I'm playing around Wild Slash, I can't really sacrifice this, right? Because then you just slash it too, and then I have nothing, and you still have the Drake. So I think I just have to let this resolve.
And then I think I also just have to block. I mean, this Knight
It's
is
literally
lethal, so yeah.
So pump once to be able to make the trade.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All
So
right.
you've effectively traded down my board, and you've got a Phoenix ready.
All right. Well, I suppose we give this a shot. Charter Course?
Yep.
1, 2. That wasn't great. Discard this, and we'll just get you for 4.
I go to 26.
Your go.
I'll go to 25 and activate Castle on
Yep.
next step. It's a good draw.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this game at all. We definitely just need another cruise or something to come back.
Play a Zealot, go to 24.
Okay.
Play a Champion of Dusk, go to 22.
That's pretty good, yep. God, that deck just draws so many cards.
Swamp and pass.
I'm supposed to be the blue deck. I'm supposed to draw the card.
Yeah, your Treasure Cruise has got Thoughtseize, though.
Yeah. That's a decent draw. Yeah, I think we just probably have to do that. Doesn't feel great, but yeah, let's overload that. Your go. Yeah, how many cruises do I even have? I don't think I have many left. I got 2, not bad.
Gifted Aetherborn,
Okay.
Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
I will minus Liliana.
Okay.
Villain Heartless Act Champion.
Yeah, the mono black deck just has so much long game.
Turn
I love
Champion,
it.
play Nykthos and cast it.
Oh, sick.
That'll put me to 20,
Okay.
and I'll draw 2 more cards.
All right.
And you're up. Yeah, Champion of Dusk is quite the Magic card.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah, pass to you.
And this is where taking those cruises with my Thoughtseizes has paid off. I've taken Corey's best way of reloading.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jesus. And my hand is stacked.
And mine is terrible because I'm playing underpowered card and you're playing individually powerful cards.
Kalitas.
Okay. Yeah, you win.
back
I'm
for
so
6.
dead.
I've got Sorin Champion back.
All right. All right.
Make 8 mana. Do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Play both of these.
All right. I think we decided Is It Phoenix is still bad, but dang, does that deck look sweet. I'd be curious how it stands up against like Sultai, you know, something that's also has that kind of long game, but it has like extinction events and stuff. Like if it did good against Sultai, I think, you know, that would be a deck that I think would be amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, this deck certainly competes in those matchups. And
Yeah.
that's the strength of it because it's an aggressive deck that has so much built-in card advantage
Yeah.
and this long game, but also, you know, can put pressure on the opponent and force them into awkward lines because of that. It has mana sinks in Castle Locthwain, Mutavault, and Knight of the Ebon Legion.
Yep.
And Kalitas even. And it has, you know, Planeswalkers generate cascading advantage. It has the reach from Sorin and Silver Smoke Ghoul. So
Yep.
there's just a lot going on here. And really, those synergies do give it a lot of game in those mid-range matchups where your
Yeah.
opponent normally is very happy to play against creatures.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, any draw where you go Knight of the Ebon Legion into even Dust Legion Zealot into Sorin Champion, draw 3 cards, I really don't care what deck you're playing. You know, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, yeah, sure, you can Extinction Event, name Odd, leave him with a Zealot, but Okay, you just drew 3 cards. You just
Yeah,
replaced the
and I have
cards
a
you lost.
Sorin.
Yeah. So it seems pretty awesome to me. I could see myself picking up that deck for sure.
Yeah, this is very much a core deck.
Yeah.
We have time for a pity game here. Is it
Pity
Phoenix?
game. All right, is it Phoenix? I got to return multiple Phoenixes at least once, right?
Yeah. Or cast a treasure cruise. We haven't really seen that deck get to do its thing yet.
But yeah, and you get to disrupt me with hand disruption and stuff. So it makes sense that this would be. I don't want to say a bad matchup just because Is It Phoenix might just be a bad deck, but it was worth a try at least.
It's always worth a try.
Oh, I don't know about this hand being worth a try. A 5-lander in Is It Phoenix is pretty bad. Just because, you can discard to charter courses and stuff like that, but you do have to have those cards first. It's also a Thoughtseize matchup though, so the more mulligans is the the way worse it gets. So you know what, we're gonna keep.
My hand is pretty bad as well.
Okay.
Having 2
like
Sorins
that.
and no creatures is kind of rough. So I'm going to send mine back.
Okay.
Because that's the kind of person I am.
Smart. Yeah. We probably both have about equal power level hands. You mulligan, I snap keep. Yeah,
This
sounds
soup
about
is
right.
too hot. Please take it back.
All right, Rob, my man, you got any questions for us?
Yeah, Hesteus wants to know, is Pioneer now Uro's format and we just live in it? Or are there enough tools to kind of hold Uro off so that other decks have a chance?
I do think Uro is going to be one of the most powerful things, if not the most powerful thing you can be doing. But I think it's a little too early to tell if it's going to be dominated by that. We're going to be playing a Sultai deck a little later, brought to us by Canister, and we'll see how dominant that deck seems. But I don't think so. I think there's a lot of different stuff you can be doing. What do you think?
So I don't think Uro dominates the format overall, but I do think Uro does dominate in the category of traditional mid-range decks.
Yeah.
If you're playing, Thoughtseize, removal spells, and some creatures and card advantage, that style, that sort of classic Jund style, Uro is the threat that you want to be playing, and it's so much more powerful than any other threat in its class. That it's going to force Uro, it's going to force the Sultai decks to the top of the mid-range heap. But there's plenty of other things you can be doing in the format overall. But if you're of that ilk, but just play Sultai, because Uro's really, really incredible in that strategy.
Yeah, but you're a mid-range deck here, and you're going to be doing things that are different against Uro, but you would still probably have a lot of trouble against Uro.
But this is a synergy-driven mid-range deck, as opposed to just the individually powerful cards and disruption kind of.
That makes sense.
So,
all right, is your hand better?
Yeah, this hand is definitely better.
Okay.
We'll send that one back and hope to draw Sorin.
Your go. You just had 2. You can't draw any more.
Let's start off.
I will opt first.
Ooh, need the lands.
No, we have lands. Bang.
I will take the chart a course.
Good call.
I'm at 18.
All right.
Pass the turn.
All right, here's where we get another chart. Excellent. Okay, your go. We did draw exactly the card we wanted off that opt, but Thoughtseize decks will do Thoughtseize things. All right, land go. Better be ready for the bird assault next turn.
Urborg Silver Smote Ghoul.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, bird's coming.
I'm at 15.
Your go. This is what Darklight Phoenix deck is supposed to do, right?
Makes sense to me. Get in for 3.
Okay.
Brings you to 17.
Yep.
I'm going to play a Knight of the Ebon Legion and a Liliana, and I'm just going to plus on the Arclight Phoenix.
Okay.
It is a 1/1. Pass the turn.
Sounds good. All right, we will play a Sulphur Falls and then Arclight and kill Liliana.
It's pretty good.
Your go. Yes.
It's actually kind of scary.
The birds are coming.
I'm at 15.
15.
4, 7, 11, 13. That would be lethal for me next turn. That seems good. Yeah, I think I'm going to risk it here. So I'll get in for 4.
Get the biscuit. Okay.
Bring you to
We'll go to
13.
13. Yep.
And I'm going to play Mutavault and Champion of Dusk.
Whoa.
I'm going to go to 12.
Okay.
So draw 3
Okay.
and pass the turn. So this means that Corey has me on a 2-turn clock, but I have lethal on board right now.
Do you? Mizium Mortars and Overloaded. Let's go. Bang. Bang.
Messed up.
That's what we call a top deck, ladies and gentlemen. Pass to you.
Okay.
Bang. All right, now you got the birds to deal with.
Yeah, I might just be dead.
Sweet. All right, just kidding. Is it Phoenix's best deck? It's confirmed.
Guess he's tapped for black anyway.
Yep.
It's Heartless Act and Arclight Phoenix.
Okay.
Soul God Lantern, exile the Phoenix.
Okay. Lantern is so awesome against Phoenix. Obviously not the main thing that card is for, but...
I'll sack it to draw a card
Okay.
and get in for 2.
All right. I got one of these.
Yeah, I just said more lands. Mizium
Yeah.
Mortars was something
Pretty
else.
good. Yeah, I had an interesting choice because when you were at 15, I had the temper, and I was like, okay, I could either, aim it at a Knight of the Ebon Legion and control that power, or attack you for 6, put you down to 9, and be like, okay, what are you going to do next turn? Because I could have lethal then, bolt to the face, and then finish you off with birds. But, yeah. Overall, though, I felt a little underpowered from the Phoenix side. I don't think, Thing in the Ice is very good right now, but Pyromancer also doesn't seem good in the grand scheme of things, just because, the mid-range decks are going to have a lot of spot removal, like Fatal Push. The aggressive black decks will have Fatal Push. Of course, we're having the metagame still grow and stuff, so that everything could change there. But on paper, it seemed a little underpowered to me. But you know what? We had to try it again, and we had to know. But
Yeah, the thing that's always been the key to unlocking Phoenix is having a density of good 1-mana spells.
Yeah.
And Pioneer doesn't have that.
it just doesn't, yeah. And without Faithless Looting was really holding up Phoenix, It really was.
Yeah,
But
that was your 1-mana spell that enabled the Phoenix,
just
but
did
you also
everything,
needed the
yeah.
1-mana cantrips.
Yep.
Thought Scour and Serum Visions were also very important to that deck, functioning as well as it did in Modern. And when you're casting Charticors, it's just not the same.
yeah.
You can't get those turn 3 Phoenix draws nearly as often.
Yeah.
Even turn 4 can be tough on that deck. So you really need the cheap removal to be good. Lightning Axe, Wild Slash, Fiery Temper.
Yeah.
And so any matchups where those cards are going to be good, you're happy. And they are live in this matchup, but they're not backbreaking for me in any real way.
Yeah, and I actively think Wild Slash is just bad. It's
Wild
something
Slash
you
is not
need,
particularly good.
but, so you didn't see me side him out because I think you really do need the density of 1-mana threats, but you just put yourself in that weird position. And another thing that this deck has always been doing the last, since it hasn't been in the metagame and not actually good, is just all the counter spells you'd want to bring in, disputes or something like that, are always fighting against your initial game plan that you want to be doing anyways. So the cards you can actually bring in and still keep your game plan smooth is pretty narrow, So I just think it's a flaw within the deck, just the way you have to play the games. That leads to it just not being as powerful as it once was.
Yeah. There's definitely some deck building restrictions to make your deck work. And if the power level isn't there to pay you off for those restrictions, then it's not worth doing.
Yeah, might have to be Is It Emerge next time when I try the next Is It deck, or the Ryan Overturf Teamer Emerge deck. Did you see this?
I did see that with Satyr Wayfinder.
Yeah, that looked nice, right?
Yeah, that deck looks cool. I would, I played that deck in Standard for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, when it played the 0-3, that Rampant Growth when it died.
Yep.
Yeah, but still had Champion. It looked pretty similar to the old Standard list.
I do think that a giant Emerge creature, what is it?
Elder Deep Fiend.
Elder Deep Fiend, I think that card is just so unbelievably powerful. It's just another card that you have to build your whole deck around it, and that's a cost. But that card was good before combo decks started running around. Like we were both insanely happy about that from when I remember us first exploring Pioneer. So that's something worth checking out now, and I think it could have a decent Sultai matchup. Maybe.
Yeah, Thoughtseize is a problem, but a lot of their other cards are things that you can ignore, which is nice.
Yep, exactly. Okay, well, Rob, let's take one question from you, and then we're going to head to our next round.
We've had a few questions. How do you feel spirits can be positioned in the metagame right now?
Ooh, spirits. You like it?
I like Azorius Spirits specifically.
You're a big fan of Lawfully Denial, huh?
Yeah, so it's been the default build of Spirits, since Denial was printed, and for good reason. And I think that not only is Denial a good card, it's a card that gets a lot better in this post-ban metagame because people are going to start getting into those mid-range arms races to win those mid-range mirrors, start playing 4, 5, 6 mana spells that are really high impact on the battlefield. And Lofty Denial is excellent when people are tapping out for expensive sorceries. So I really want to be, playing that side of the Spirits deck a little bit more disruptive with the extra counter spells. But that deck, I think, is just, going to be one of the best and most popular decks around. So
makes sense. And honestly, we're kind of even seeing that in standard. Now with the bans, people are going to more mid-range there too. And last night on one of the standard qualifiers for the SCG event, I saw just a sweet Simic Flash deck go 4-0 with 4 Rewind, 4 Lawfully Denial, 4 Spectral Sailor, 4 Ambusher, and then just filler cards. But that's the bulk of it. And I was like, that's awesome if decks are trying to just go bigger, and these Teamer Adventure decks are trying to play like Nissa and stuff like that. So it makes sense that it would be kind of the same crossover effect for Pioneer. So
yeah, 100%.
Awesome, I love it. Okay, well, we are going to take ourselves a short 5-minute break. Ross took down round number 1 here with Vampires, and his back is healed. So man, we got a healthy Ross here.
Yeah.
And incoming stretch injury right there. So we're going to take that short 5-minute break, everyone, and we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live.